Hello, you beautiful souls, you. So we're going to do the daily today, and it's going to be a little different because I'm going to be using the astrology reading cards that I've been using in the 2023 readings, as the backdrop. I haven't been using them actually in the readings, but it's this deck here because we have a full moon coming up in a couple days on the 7th of December. So I just thought it would be interesting to pull out the energy of that, as well as some tarot. But before I do, I was guided to, for some reason, somebody out there needs to hear this, to tell a little bit of my backstory. So I don't know if it's somebody that's like held back or wanting to start some kind of creative project or go into healing, and maybe be feeling a little guarded to do so, or not wanting to put themselves out there just because of the situations we go through, the betrayals, the wounds that we experience over time. So I just wanted to share that. So I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of detail, but I do want to explain some things. So I am actually starting a case manager RN job today. It's something I was a little afraid to do as well, but I am actually going to be starting that. COVID really changed things. The medical field has really changed a lot if you guys are in it. We all go into it, or most of us go into it nowadays. I think some people go into it for the money, but a lot of us go into it, especially a long time ago, more for because we wanted to take care of people, right? We wanted to have that experience, that one-on-one experience with the patient and help heal them. My case, I wanted to do the holistic healing, because I think it's important not just to do the physical body, but also the spiritual, the mental, and the emotional body as well, because it's a complete package here. So we have to have them all aligned to be able to heal greatly. And I feel like it's sad that now the medical field has majority of it has focused more on just treating the symptoms, like medications, things like that, which they do have their purpose. I'm not cutting them all down, but a lot of it is about money now. And what the medication does, does help. I'm not saying that, so please don't stop taking your medication or anything. But a lot of it is covering up the symptoms, so you're not getting to that root of the problem. So anyway, now I'm into case management, starting that, and challenging, but that's what I'm going to do. I've been in RN for over 2 decades now. I've done geriatrics, so I've seen people take their last breath. I've been there with them, and have to pronounce them, as well as I've been there for newborns when they're born, mother baby, and seeing babies born. So I've seen them take their first breath. So I've done the whole spectrum. So it has been very rewarding and very frustrating. So anyway, so like what I'm saying basically is that I have always been a healer. When I was this kid, I always wanted to do photography. That's what I wanted to do, and I still love photography. It's kind of like a hobby of mine. I don't have the right equipment, but I do love photography, especially like nature pictures and things like that, or just those capturing those moments that are memory making. I love that. So unfortunately, my kids don't let me take pictures of them. They're very against photos. So unfortunately, but anyway, I have always been a healer, and so I started off like deciding, like, did I want to be a nurse? But then I did decide to go into nursing. I actually now have got into tarot readings because I do that because I feel I want to empower people, to heal people, to make them realize their gift, and to be confident enough to go out there and do it. I want to connect to that part of society that is supportive of each other, have each other's back, to help guide each other home, because that's basically what our life is, learning the lessons, and learning that, we're here to be of service to others, to be open-hearted and to guide people home. That's what life's about. We have to go through that where, material things are more important and all that. Unfortunately, that's a lot of society now. And, we do have the dark and light energies. We all have that within, but there are some people that more are pushing for that light, like the star seeds, the light workers, the healers, where there are some people that are here to just be in that dark energy, to criticize, to put people down, things like that. And unfortunately, that's how the world is. There's always polarity, that yin yang, dark light. And we have to look at it as, that is a catalyst to keep us going and move forward. We can't let that stop us. So, Just realize, there's challenges that whatever you believe in, your higher power, universe, spirit, God, Buddha, whatever it is, it always is coming from that place of coming from that heart, being of service to others, be a healer, do more good to the world, like leave more supportive and feeling loved and confident than to put them down and all that. So that's what we're all here for, and that's what my goal is here on this channel. I started to do it with tarot cards, and that's why you'll notice that I don't I do sometimes bring up relationships because honestly, that's a part of our life, right? But I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction or feeling stuck on a situation. I want to empower you. To heal you. So that's what my goal is. But anyway, I just wanted to share that because I kind of feel like I was told to do that because there might be somebody out there that maybe is a little unsure of what to do. They want to be a healer. They want to be a guide through life. They want to maybe take their life's work into putting into that. And, I just want to say I support you wholeheartedly and to go for it. I mean, how are you going to know if you don't put yourself out there? And apparently the universe, your higher power, is giving you these situations that might be challenging and hurtful and things like that because you are strong enough. And it's a lesson to tap into what you need to know. Because basically, if you're going to be a healer, be honest with yourself. Like if somebody's telling you something, and they haven't experienced that at all, it's going to be like, you're going to take it with a grain of salt, right? Basically, right? You're going to appreciate the support or advice, but then you're going to say, they don't experience this, right? So, through life, I have been a nurse. Then I have went through tragedies, just like everybody. So I'm not here to make you sympathize with me or anything like that. I've went through the regular things through life, people criticizing you, rejection, abandonment, family issues. I've went through 2 house fires, one when I was a kid, and that was pretty traumatic because you lose everything, lose all your material things, your home, your pets, so that was very traumatic. And just seeing your parents go through some issues and things like that. My mom went through some I guess she had called it a nervous breakdown. It's just like, you're just anxiety ridden and stressed out and things like that. I've went through losses. I've had cousins who had committed suicide when I was pretty young. I was still a teenager. I went through, aunts, uncles' deaths. I went through parents' deaths. I went through siblings' deaths. We started off with 6 siblings and now we're down to 3. And my cousin committed suicide when I was like 16. I had a niece who was 6 years younger than me. Just a few Christmases ago, right before Christmas, committed suicide. And then just the worst by far, last year, I had a son who passed away as well. So I've definitely been through some tragedies. And like I said, I've went through 2 fires, one when I was a kid, and then a single mom. Me and my kids were basically homeless. And I hustled my butt off and found us a place really quick because you find out what your priorities are, definitely. So I just want to say, once that happened, I was working at a veterans home, and I actually got in with a group of friends, and I got betrayed in not such a nice way, thinking they were my friends. So then I kind of just like went into like hermit mode, went into like a dark night of the soul just because of all the things that had happened. And that's when I discovered tarot. And, it helped me through some times. And then I kind of started reading them, learning them, started trusting in my intuition. That's a big thing. Because I always, even when young, was getting information and things like that. But I just kind of would push it to the side, maybe afraid to put it out there. So now I've kind of utilized that, and that's why I started this. But anyway, that was a long story short, but my whole goal here is to tell you that, don't look at the tragedies as holding you back. Don't stay in them and dwell on them. Take the lessons from them. And yes, they can be very, very painful and hurtful and devastating. I mean, like I said, there's sometimes you just, like, not when the fires and siblings' deaths and things like that, that was crushing. But I really feel like after my son, especially, sometimes I didn't want to go on. I was kind of like, why did this happen? Here I am trying to do good, and this was a beautiful soul, and he's gone too soon. But now I'm just trying to honor his life. I know he wouldn't want that. I'm trying to honor his life. And, you know, some things are a mystery. We don't know why things happen, but we have to keep pushing forward and using that as a strength to move us forward. So anyway, that was a long story after all. I didn't want it to get too long, but I'll put a timestamp in, so if you don't want to hear this, you don't have to. But I feel like somebody out there needed to hear that you know, this, what you're going through, this challenge, this struggle, this pain, is something that you can handle, and you wouldn't be given it if you wouldn't. You have to remember what your mind is telling you. Sometimes our mind wants to get into that critical thinking, and you are strong, and this is something that you can use to advance yourself, to bring into your abundance, and to help others, to be of service. Use it as a catalyst, okay? So you got this, all right? Anyway, like I said, I'll put the timestamp below. So let's go ahead and get into our message. Today's December 5th. We are going to get a message using the astrology reading cards and some tarot. So these cards have the zodiac signs. It's like 3 sections. So we have the zodiac signs. Somebody just asked me about this. So if you're watching, thank you so much. We have the houses, and then we have the planets. So we're going to get one of each just to see where the energy is in the collective. And then we're going to get some tarot, all right? So let's go ahead and start with the planets. Okay, so I got all the planets separated here. We're going to go ahead and just shuffle them up, see what our energy is, what the universe and spirit want to bring to us today, what message, what guidance, just for us to know what's going on. Let's see. I'm just going to spread them out. All right, so we have Chiron, or Chiron. We have your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. So your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. I love that. I just said all that energy about like you going through stuff to be a healer and of service to others, to use your gifts to bring more peace and harmony and joy and abundance to other people. That's it. Wow, I love that. So anyway, see, all those things have brought you to that, you know, that core of who you are, and to bring out that healing power, empathy, and ability to teach others or learn remedies. So see, all that stuff you've went through, because you can be more sympathetic and empathetic to others, right? And then they will listen to you more, because if you know, like I said, the issue with my son, I went to some kind of grieving group. And, you know, as well as I empathize and sympathize with those, a lot of them people had like 5 years, they had lost their spouse, different things like that. And I definitely don't belittle that at all. I know that's hard, but I couldn't relate, because it's like, mine was my son. It's completely, I've went through parents' losses, divorces, siblings' losses, whatever, but it was just completely different. So you have to like know what you were going through to be able to do it. So, you know, take it as that, okay? So let's go ahead and get into, oh, I already did that one. So let's go ahead and see what our next one is. Oh, why am I supposed to be telling this? Okay, for some reason, because the full moon, I'm being guided to tell you the moon one too, even though we didn't pull it. Your unconscious, sensitive, inner emotions and responses from the moon, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the houses. So far we have your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. So let's go ahead and see. You know, like all those experiences you go to, if you use them correctly, they are guiding you to be able to use that power. We have the first house, which is actually Aries is the first house. And it says, what people see and the impression you give. Yeah, see? So, you know, putting that out there, you know, not being afraid of that, you know, like I said, you know, all the issues and things we go through, it might be hard for you to put it out there, but there's somebody out there that needs that. Okay, you don't know how many people you're going to touch, and believe me, you'll find that every once in a while. Like I went to my high school reunion, and people had come up to me, a couple of people, and were like saying how much of a difference or impact that I made back in high school. And I was one of those quiet kids. I didn't like high school, and I was quiet, and I didn't fit in with any of the athletics or the cheerleaders and jocks, and I didn't. I just kind of just like, you know, had a very few basic friends, stayed quiet, did my work, and got out of there. So it was really amazing to hear that. All right, so let's go ahead and get the sign. So you do, like, things have a ripple effect. You connect to so many people. You know that saying about the butterfly, a butterfly flaps its wings here in the US or something, and they feel it in Brazil or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So you do have a ripple effect. One person you touch, then they touch a couple people, and on and on. So let's go ahead and get the sign. What's coming up for this sign? Oh, we have Pisces. Okay. Pisces energy. So it says this energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate, and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. Yeah, see? That's how you have to be that healer. So you have to be empathetic, sensitive, wistful, endless loving, compassionate, and forgiving. You have to do all that. And that's the things we go through. You know, when we hit rock bottom, when we have those tragedies, it brings you to your knees and you realize what's important, right? So that is what it's doing here. All right, so very interesting. We got the first house, which is Aries, and then the Pisces, which is the last 12th house. So it's very interesting. It's like the spectrum, right? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get some tarot cards. On the bottom, we have the Fool. So starting a new journey, taking a risk. And it was reversed. So see, that's what I was saying, like my spiel earlier, my little talk. Some of you might be holding yourself back, afraid to take that risk, right? And afraid to put yourself out there. But you're being called to take action and step forward any way as possible. Every little thing causes a ripple effect. So let's get a card on the Chiron. Four of Wands. As you can see, there's an 1111, which is a very spiritual number. This is about the foundation and the stability. So, and it's also about celebrating. So celebrating who you are, building that foundation, be the stability in that rock for other people. So, you know, your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach or learn remedies. You are the rock. You're the stable being in some people's lives. You know, you make a difference, all right? And you're being called to use that. So let's get into this Pisces. Let's look on the bottom again. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. Some of these reversed. Two of Cups, okay? So this Pisces energy, the endless loving, compassion, and forgiving to everybody. Even if you don't agree with them, even if they're negative energy, you send them their love, you don't judge, and you move away, okay? You protect your energy, though, of course, but, you know, you can't, like, judge because somebody doesn't come from a certain background or they've went through a certain experience that they've done wrong. You have to be that open, loving vessel and just send them love from a distance if you have to, okay? All right, or even, like, somebody you see in a store that doesn't look that happy and you just smile or say something kind, it might make all the difference in the world to that person, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this Pisces. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, see, this is keeping yourself closed off, not like refusing, denying to see something. So removing that mask and seeing things as they are. You know, sometimes we don't know and we can't judge, all right? You already know. We all go through experiences and the next person next to us doesn't know, right? So let's go ahead and get into this first house. We have Judgment. Interesting. See, going within and discovering who you are, living your truths, going deep, right? So, and also not judging others because we don't know what the experiences they've went through. So let's go ahead and see about this first house, what people see and the impression you give. And this is also about people judging you, you know, let them do it. You know, what they feel about you is none of your business, you know, you just don't have to put up with it, or you can set healthy boundaries, but that should not stop you from living your life and serving your purpose, okay? Yeah, see, Ten of Swords. This is all those betrayals, those hurts. We can't hold on to those. We have to let them go. We have to let them go and just use them as stepping stones to move forward, okay? You know, we can't let that hold us back. We can't dwell on those, all right? So let's check the bottom again. King of Pentacles. Yep, somebody that's very stable, solid, grounded. You know, that stable foundation again. You know, you make your own fortress, okay? You have that protection and stability, and don't let anybody shake you off of it, okay? No matter what they think or do, you do you. As long as you're putting good intentions out in the world and stand in your integrity, that's what you're here to do, okay? So that is the message today. I know it was long-winded. I am going to put timestamps again if you just wanted to hear the tarot message. So thanks so much. Utilize this full moon energy, you know, to let things go. Do some, like, if you have tarot cards or crystals, charge them up. Maybe make some moon water, whatever it is. So thanks so much, and I wish you the best. Take care. Bye.